this didn't end well. He went bankrupt and had to move back to Massachusetts with his family, which was himself and his wife. Their 3 children, including their daughter Betty Harris, niece Abigail Williams,
Meeting in a wooded field near Minister Samuel Parris's home. The devil led young girls there to frolic with him and to sign his book and take his oath, which would make them witches, like some of the older women who flew into the field from Salem town on broomsticks. Signing the book was tantamount to selling one's soul to the devil, the black man, or man in black who tempted them there. The girls eventually revealed was a Harvard graduate and former Salem minister of the Puritan faith named George Burroughs.
Part of her own religion. The girls got caught up in these stories and started to experiment with their own little forms of voodoo, which were things like swirling around egg whites in a bowl of water, trying to see the face of the man they were going to marry when they were older. Shortly after hearing these stories is when the girls started having on this side of the cabin, Betty to by the doctor and the
Magic and fearsome tales. The younger girls, including the Reverend Parris's daughter Elizabeth and her cousin Abigail Williams, began having nightmarish fits and double up in convulsions. To point out the witches who dwelled there. Everyone was afraid of being called a witch. Brother turned on sister, child on mother, neighbor on neighbor. Old folks, disfigured ones, mentally disturbed, and those who acted strangely were lined up in the village greens, and the girls pointed out the witches. The sheriff and his footmen immediately carted them off to jail to await examination, possible trial. The former Puritan minister of the Salem Village Church, George Burroughs, is accused by the girls of being the devil himself. A noted strongman, Burroughs is captured at his house in Wells, Maine, by the cruel Salem sheriff, George Corwin, and his deputies. But he battles his captors, and when a storm suddenly erupts, the lawmen are terribly frightened, for they are convinced that they have captured thought to be the devil was hanged at Gallows Hill with 4 others. New England's leading Puritan minister, Cotton Mather, was there, riding a white horse. When Burroughs was on the ladder to hang, wrote eyewitness Robert Califf, he made a speech for the clearing of his innocence, with such solemn and serious expressions, as were the admiration of all present. His Lord's Prayer drew tears from many, so it seemed to some spectators that it would hinder the execution. But Cotton Mather addressed himself to the people, declaring that the devil has often been transformed into an angel of light, which someone appeased the people, and the execution of rocks. Then, the pit was covered lightly with dirt, like all the 19 witch-hanging victims. Witches were not allowed a proper burial. It is believed, however, that in 1701, Philip English, Salem's leading merchant, who was accused with his wife of being witches in 1692, managed to escape to New York. He returned to dig up the bones of the witches and remove them to consecrated burial. On September 19th, 1692, he was laid in a pit and crushed to death with stones by Sheriff Corwin and his deputies, cursing Salem and the sheriff as he died.